Yes guys, check this out. It's just got dropped off on a tow truck. Our nice 205 XR. Okay, so our little 205's in the shop now. I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and open the bonnet and we're going to put the battery on charge. Oh, what's that? It's a Vaudrey's branded beer mat. Once again, they do get everywhere, don't they? Subscribe, comment, like, sort me out. It's really cool if you do. Nice one. Now, I've currently got the battery on charge because it was completely dead when we first got it here. I'll chuck in a video of the getting it off the tow truck right about now. The battery is charged. So yeah, check out how it got off the tow truck.
Gets me out of some tight holes.
Let's see if it starts.
You video?
Yeah. Oh. It's a big fire up.
Getting in me tight holes, yeah.
Either. You can get it round there.
Let's see if that works.
Yeah, fucking get up. Give it a fucking whirl, okay?
Let's see what happens. Hey, we got dash lights.
Woohoo!
When was the last time this was started up?
Lost power.
Yep. Way! That sounds good, doesn't it?
I'm taking my power off it.
Sounds like the alternator's a bit wiggly. Now this has come in for an engine mount. So down there is an engine mount, and as you can see, well, not very well, but there we go. It's pretty buggered. The engine mount is all snapped down there. And as you could hear from the video, there was a pretty terrible noise coming from it. I think it's from the alternator, so let's whip the belt off and just make sure that it's not engine related. And just before we do that, I think we'll have a quick look around it. This thing looks like it's been off the road for a while. It's wet on the inside. It's not been raining today, but it's wet on the inside. It looks like it's been raining on the inside. You can see how low it is. These have got torsion bar rear springs, so to get that back up again, he's actually turning splines, which is a bit of a ball ache. Now coming around the front, it does look pretty tired. Got super special pipe across air filters. Wah-ba-da-bap-bap-bap. And oil breathers. And obviously you can see there, it's got the factory fitted concave door as well, which is pretty cool. Coming inside, it's pretty nasty. Certainly needs a bit of revival, this one, but that's what we're here for. Let's whip the alternator belt off. To check whether the alternator is making that noise, is crack these bolts off and see if we can get the belt off. Now it does have two locking nuts for this. This is the tensioner one that actually puts the tension on the belt, and then this one's just a locking nut that secures it. So we'll get them both loosened off first. You can see how much the engine mount needs doing. It's flopping about everywhere. So we'll unlock that one. And this will let us know if it's the alternator that's making that awful noise. It does sound like it's coming from down here, so let's hope, for the guy's sake, that it's not engine related issues. Let's see if we can get it off. It's not the easiest accessible place. Belt seems to be coming loose. Maybe I have to give it a whack to let it off. There we go, with a bit of a whack. Our alternator's loose and we can get the belt off as well. Hopefully. Yeah, there we go. Right, let's fire her up again and see if we still got that god awful noise. Okay, wish us luck. Well, it's not the alternator. It sounds like a flywheelie then in that case. flywheelie or starter motor's not disengaging properly. It's really not sounding good at all, so I don't think I'd really want to fire it up and keep it running for much longer than that, to be honest with you. I think the engine mount is the least of this guy's problems. Let's come up with a plan of action. Okay, I fired it up one more time off camera and had a listen, and it really doesn't sound good at all. I've had a look inside where you can see the flywheel. It doesn't look like the flywheel's loose or anything like that. I'm still thinking maybe starter, but I'm not sure. It seems to rev up as you rev the engine, it gets quicker, this noise. So I think what I'm going to do, the engine might be actually toast. So I'm going to whip out the spark plugs, have a look down inside with the Borescope, and hopefully not find any floppy pistons. It's all an adventure, isn't it? If it does have floppy pistons, it's running surprisingly well for the noise that it's making. Could be anything at this point. That looks good, doesn't it? Wow. Right, that's the spark plug leads off. Let's dive in and have a look. Get the right spark plug socket, that might help. Found it. So we'll just go ahead and whip these out and see what they're saying. It does sound a bit mechanically. Like I said, I'm not going to rule out the starter motor sticking, maybe, but it sounds pretty nasty. There's one spark plug, doesn't look too bad. Bit sooty, but that'll do. Whip out number 2. What's behind door number 2? And we have same-ish again. A little bit oil on the threads. It's number 3. Dirty one's number 3. Let's see what we're seeing on this side. That's it. So we only have 2 spark plugs now. If it'll come out. There she is. And same again, not terrible. And same again, a little bit sooty, but nothing terrible. Let's find the other spark plug that I lost. I'm just going to go ahead and turn it over without the spark plugs in, and see if it makes that funky noise. Certainly making a strange noise. What do you reckon this might be? Place your bets now. So I'm just going to chuck the Borescope on now on my phone, throw it down the plug holes, and hopefully find some nasty shit going on inside the cylinders. Okay, you join us diving into the cylinder. You can see a little bit of damage there. And as we move around, you can see this actually where the cylinder wall is, around the edge of the piston. And it also looks as if there is a bit of damage on the top of the piston there. Now, as you can see from the Borescope footage, number 3 does look pretty funky, and it is pretty manky on there as well, on the spark plug lead. So I think what we'll do next is chuck in a compression tester, check all the cylinders, and see if we can find the fault. And if you don't know what a compression tester is, it's actually a gauge that you can screw into the spark plug holes. And when you turn over the engine, obviously the cylinder compresses the air, and it gives you a reading of how much compression it actually has. Okay, there's number 1, and you can watch on the screen. Straight up to green, no worries with that one. Getting number 2 now. Now the first one was 120. Let's see what number 2's saying. So again, if you can see that. Or not. There. $120 again, awful noise. There goes number 3. What do you reckon is going to happen? It's going to be a grim one. If this one comes back as absolutely terrible, then that's it. Engine's finished. Needs a new one. Cross your fingers and toes, folks. Let that out first. And just as expected, we're getting 80 max. I think number 3 cylinder is toast. Sounds like a small end's gone maybe. Don't think it's big end, it'd be more knocky, but it's more clunky, so I reckon maybe the small end on the con rod's gone on number 3. We'll just chuck it in number 4 just for a laugh anyway. It does sound, the noise, it sounds like when a starter motor is sticking and it's hitting the teeth on the flywheel. But I can actually see the teeth on the flywheel and there's no damage on them whatsoever. So normally, if a starter motor's been sticking out, or if the solenoid's bad or whatever, and it's rattling on the teeth on the flywheel, you can actually see damage on the flywheel teeth itself, but you can't actually see anything. Right, number 4, let's see what happens. And again, that one's the best one, 130. Right guys, I'm afraid our little Peugeot 205 XR looks like it's going to be the scrapyard for this one unless the customer wants to put a new engine in it. Maybe it'll come back in another video for a new engine, something like that, but today it's a no-go. Number 3 is definitely toast. You could see you could see some sort of damage anyway on number 3 piston on the top. Whether it's a little end bearing's gone or something and it's whacking on the cylinder head, which is what our noise is. We don't know, but could have burnt a piston, but there's something definitely going on with number 3 anyway. No doubt you could probably fix it up, but it's whether there's more damage inside because of the number 3 cylinder trying to escape the block. It came in for an engine mount and it's going out needing an engine. So unfortunately this one is it's down to the customer now whether he wants to go any further. Let us know what you reckon we could do to fix this up, whether it's just chuck a new engine in it, fix the one that's in it at the moment. Chuck us a comment down below. Give us a thumbs up if you like this kind of stuff, and also subscribe, and I'll bring some more cool stuff in the shop this year especially. It's going to be good. So yeah, nice little diagnosis process to see if your engine's toast anyway. So nice one for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.